everyone, welcome back. This is Nardo. We had a little technical difficulty and started the podcast back up. So, welcome to the second half of the show. Nardo, sorry about that, man.
All good.
This is all new for me as well. So, I guess we live. Right?
Yeah, we'll get over these hurdles now in the beginning.
So, what were you saying earlier? You were talking about your car thing that you're doing right now. Is that an independent business that you're working for, or is that?
No, I work
What's going on with that? You work for the man?
I work for the biggest corporation in the United States.
Nice. Yeah. I've worked quite a bit with bigger companies, and it's got its good parts and its bad parts, right?
Correct. 100%.
What do you like about it?
I guess I've always played sports when I was young, so I always like that small team mentality and getting everybody pumped up, and so we have the end of the month. It's pretty much everything has to go, and we all join and put together each other's cars, even though we're not getting paid for it. We're just making sure everything leaves.
Right.
So that's it, really. Kind of corny.
No, that's not corny at all, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. I like the smaller companies as well. Company that I'm working with right now, it's just three of us. The guy that owns the company just split with his business partner, and we met up just randomly, honestly, and kind of kicked it off. So we're trying to start something, not totally from the ground up, but definitely from starting kind of fresh. Yeah, man. So what else did you want to talk about? We got I talked a little bit about how you got into crypto, starting with your silver investments, and a little bit why you want to be in crypto and investing. You said to stay out of debt, essentially, right?
Yeah, I found it's a better life for me to live. I kind of run in the high stress or anxiety zone, so
Yeah.
it's just better for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I hate having debt. It seems like there's always something, though. It seems like there's always something that I'm trying to pay off or whatever. And I had somebody give me some advice one time, which I wish I had taken, but they said that they never bought anything that they couldn't write 2 checks for. And
Yep.
that it stuck with me, but this day and age, it's always more and more. I want, everything is so fast nowadays, and including money. I don't feel like most people live like that anymore.
Yeah, I agree. My grandma taught me the same. She bought her house cash, or actually, her and her husband moved out of Kentucky, and they bought a trailer up here in Ohio. Paid for it cash. It gave them the opportunity for the next step, and then they saved up enough. I think they bought their house for $8,000 in 1955 in a better side of town. They ended up retiring. She taught that same principle. It's been unfortunate I haven't been able to do it, but opportunities are there, and this is the way of America, unfortunately, if you want something.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you got to go all in. I've been all in a couple times, and sometimes it worked out, and sometimes it didn't.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like you have to, if you really want to achieve something, you really got to go all in. I don't know any other way to do it. So it's like whatever I'm doing, I try to do the best I can do.
Yeah, or do the best failure you can do.
Exactly.
Um, you know, why go out with a flame when you can go out as an inferno?
Exactly.
Somebody
Yeah.
might learn a lesson after that and be like, I don't want to do it. He did, and you helped somebody without even knowing.
Yeah, man, honestly, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start a podcast. Another one of the reasons I wanted to start a podcast was I've done a lot of stupid shit, honestly, like a
Yeah.
lot. And I have a tendency to learn things the hard way. And so I just kind of I don't know, going through, I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or whatever, but I hope it's not midlife. I'm only 30 in the early 30s, so hopefully it's not midlife crisis. But I kind of just I wanted purpose. I wanted a reason to keep going and keep pushing forward. And I feel like giving back at this point is something that I can do for other people that'll kind of make me feel good as well. So trying to be honest and open about experiences that I've been through, and you know, like I just made an intro video the other day, and it's like kind of talking about what I want to talk about on the channel. It's like things that you wish that your parents had like told you, but they didn't. And you learn the hard way. So it's kind of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I can just talk to other people and let other people listen, and that maybe don't have good role models, parent figures or father figures or whatever. You know.
I do. Yeah. I think one of the most powerful ones. I remember my mom and dad saying, I remember asking them, where are all your friends? You know, both my parents were teachers in the same school system. So I absolutely knew every single person wherever I went.
Wow.
And they retired 30 years in that town. So you can think of how many kids became adults. They had kids.
Wow.
And I asked them, where are your friends from high school? I have so many friends. And I think that was the hardest one for me to accept, that, life changes. You have kids, you buckle down. Maybe your kids needs more attention than other ones, handicaps. Um, People fade out. And as I grew up, I thought I could change that. I thought that I could hold everybody around and I'm going to be the difference. And as I've gotten older, more things get taken away than are given. Whether it's friends that OD or getting a car crash, anything like that. And it affects me.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Life can be heavy for sure. So you said that it takes more than it gives. Do you feel like it's always that way, or do you feel like there's a cycle?
Well, I like to think there is a cycle to it. I kind of reached out a little bit to like the signs and the stars, all that stuff. But yeah, there's got to be something to it because there's really good months out there, and there's good years. I think you just wish that you could share it more, or there
Yeah.
was more people around you with similar understanding that they could,
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I've really been kind of gravitating towards this hexagon group, if you will. Man, it's just I've experienced a lot of the things that you just recently mentioned with losses of friends, and life is hard, man. Life is hard for everybody, and especially now in these times, it seems like. So it's cool that the Hex community is pretty unique. At least I feel like everybody's super cool. Everybody's kind of got their own thing, and but we all seem pretty like minded and openness to life and acceptance of difference. If that makes any sense.
it does. I agree. I feel the same thing. I've always wanted to have the podcast, and I've always, I guess, been the outgoing one in my group, and I never have, whether confidence issues. Um, but yeah, this group, man, you can type anything in there, and you got a couple people that hit a like button or feed you back positive info, or even guide you through a way to how to use the app.
Yeah.
I've never used Anchor before. You sent it to me.
Yeah, I had never used it before either. Litecoin Moses was the one that introduced it to me. Shout out to Litecoin. He's a super nice guy. Have you ever talked to him?
No, just watched on the pirate
The Discord
stream, and
syndicates.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to RG3 too. He's a hell of a guy.
He is, yeah, and I didn't even know I did the mill writing thing. So me and him had a similar career at one point.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, man. I like working with my hands as well. There's a lot of satisfaction in it when you build something or fix something with your hands.
Yeah, yeah, something wasn't there before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Creation.
You were talking about like the confidence for starting a podcast, and I think a lot what was holding me back was, I guess, fear of failure. And I realized just recently this year that with the whole COVID thing, I don't know how. I guess it's because it's a pandemic, but I've changed a lot this year, and I'm trying to make a lot of changes in my life and my personality, and my goals and things that I'm doing. And I guess maybe the pandemic is kind of what sparked it off. But I started going to see a therapist and talking to somebody, and it helped a lot. And I don't know, I I really think that it helped me a lot. But I realized that a lot of things I was not doing was because of fear of failure, and I'm trying to get over that fear. I'm trying to do things that I want to do or things that I think would be good. And even if I'm scared of failing, just going out there and doing it anyways.
It's funny you say that because I pretty much lived it. And you ain't alone, man.
Yeah,
I did the counselors, I did a psych, I've done a couple different medication treatments for 90 days and I eventually just stopped.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's basically what I did too. I did it for about 90 days, and I try to think of it as like getting your oil checked. We do like monthly maintenance or routine maintenance on our cars, but not so much on our mental health. And I think it's important. I think it's something that people you know should be doing, even if they don't think they have problems or whatever. I think it's something beneficial that people can get
yeah,
help from.
yeah, because during my dating life, I used to call them undiagnosed. You just ain't ran into the police yet to have you go to that place. You're just undiagnosed. That's all it is.
That's so fucking funny.
But
Oh
I
shit.
will say, after I exhausted all those attempts, for what the doctors and stuff did, I started reaching out to other types of medicine. And I think that the thing that gave me the 180 was I did 5 grams of the psilocybin. And that right there made me go through every thought I didn't want to bring up or every regret or depression or anything. It made me face it in those 6 hours.
Yeah, man. I
And
had the very similar experience.
I think that was the thing that helped me the most. I was able to power through all those thoughts. And when I came back to, nothing was that hard again.
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've only had one experience like that, and it was the first time that I also did psilocybin, and man, it was definitely life changing in a positive way.
Yeah.
Um, not you know, it's it's pretty cool. Actually, out here in Denver, they just decriminalized mushrooms. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I think it means that it's not you don't go to jail. You don't get a felony if you get caught with them. Is the way I understand it. But I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. Like I grew up in the South, and I got busted for weed when I was in college. I got taken to jail and the whole nine on probation. It was fucking terrible. And like the week, actually, I think it was the day I got off probation. I moved out to California and started growing medical. And yeah, man, I can't. I'm never gonna unforget that experience of being tossed into a cage because of a plant. Like, it's just fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Same thing happened to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, too, when I was a lot younger, I was 19, coming back from college, spending Christmas vacation with my family, got a DUI.
Oh man.
Yeah, you talking about life changing? Because on the day I had to fly out, my father was having a heart attack. I had to cancel my driver's license just to have an ID to get on the plane.
Wow.
Like, it was no control.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, man. That
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah, but you power through it, and
And life goes on, right?
unfortunately, yeah, life goes on.
What do you mean, unfortunately? Fortunately.
Well, you sometimes wish that, people would recognize like how bad, some people have it. And,
Yeah,
maybe the community was more together. Shouldn't be this hard to go through something like this by yourself.
I totally agree. I don't get what's happened in the world. I don't understand why everybody is so
Triggered.
heartless. Yeah, triggered and heartless, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's just so concerned about themselves and looking out for themselves that they don't even know what's going on in their own neighborhood. And it's like when I see homeless people, I try to give when I can, and it's like instead of sending money to a different country or somewhere else, it's like, man, there's people, a couple blocks away from me standing on the side of
Around
the
me.
road asking for money for, they're hungry. And it's
Yep.
like, why, with all the amazing things that we have here, why do we have people that are just homeless, just standing on the side of the road? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's still these dead mall plazas that are not rented. I mean,
Yeah.
they can.
I think it's debt, I think debt is what's controlling everybody and keeping everybody enslaved to the system.
Correct. Yeah. You're underwater, so it makes you act different.
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
about myself. I act different.
Yeah. I mean, you're just struggling to survive, it seems like.
Yep. Yeah, you put a little extra money in their pocket, or all of a sudden they're able to save $1,000 in a month. That
Yeah.
changes a person.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of we got $17, we might as well buy a lottery ticket.
What do you think about universal income?
Well, I was one of the ones that was all bummed out when Andrew Yang got dropped out.
Yeah, me too, man. I was a Yang Gang. I actually
Yeah,
donated some money to his campaign. I
yeah, and
love that dude.
everybody hated me for it. I was running my mouth about him all day.
Dude, you're a Hexican for sure. That's
Yeah, because
awesome.
I was like, man, if everybody had a job that was $20 an hour, and then they actually got this $1,000 a month, I was like, that puts them how I used to feel. Doing
Yeah.
body work, making 6 grand or 10 grand in a month. People need to feel that once in their life.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna get bitter.
Yeah, you really can. Money's a crazy thing. I don't come from money, but I've been around a lot of money growing up, and
Yeah,
it it gave me a really unique perspective. I feel like of what money really means, and just because you have money doesn't mean that you're happy, and it doesn't mean that you don't have all these other problems that everybody else has.
yeah,
It's basically just a tool, and you can use it. The more you have, the more influence you have, and you can use that influence for good or bad. But it doesn't define who you are, and it doesn't really make you happy. If anything, the more money that you have, the more stressful life is, and
I
a lot of
agree.
people, a lot of people will tell you that. But there is a fine line of not struggling to survive.
True.
Having that level of comfort where you can, not stress about everything.
Yeah, it's a
That
big deal.
I think I've read a couple different times. It's probably different now, but I want to say like 5 plus years ago, I saw something in an article that said if you make around 75K a year, you're pretty much your basic needs are taken care of, and you're not going to be like much happier. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Well,
yeah,
the couple years that I made, 73 to 78, it was good,
yeah,
but there's always that human element. If you are able to stay there for, let's say, 3 years, you're gonna want to make another 10 grand somehow.
yeah,
You're always gonna want to make that move because for some reason we think we have an edge.
Yeah. What so Likecoin Moses, he said something really interesting that money is an old man's game, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But do
I agree.
you agree with that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
too.
the trend is your friend. I mean, I used to listen, I used to drive around town with the windows down, just seeing if everybody was bumping their music. Because if they are, they're all making money, man. You know, and nowadays it's not like that. So you can definitely correlate. Yeah, it's old. So
Yeah,
crypto is definitely going to be your new way in over this transition period.
I really think so, man. I have I don't know. I just got one of those feelings that it's so revolutionary and it's so new that the people that are in, even now, even if you only have $20 in, I think that it's going to be something revolutionary. And do I think it's going to be in the next like 5 to 10 years? Maybe not, but in the next 20, yes, I do. I do see digital currencies going in that direction. And that's another reason why I like Hex so much is it's it's immutable. It's an immutable contract. I don't have to worry about a team. I don't have to worry about Richard Hart doing anything else. I don't have to worry about the network going down or being 51% attacked. I think I don't have to worry about any of that, and that is so comforting to me as an investor in a project. 3-time audited is just. I really don't see anything better right now, and I don't know. Are there any other projects that you're looking at that you want to talk about?
No, no, I dollar cost average on ETH, and then I buy Hex and stake it.
Yeah, same here, man. Hex and ETH are the majority of my portfolio. I have a little bit of privacy coins. I have some Hush and I have some Monero, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to hold all these bruises on my face from being in crypto for so long. You know, even though I've made a lot of money, I've lost a shit ton.
I
Um,
think that's everybody's story that's in crypto, man. I get the
yeah,
same
and
story.
I experienced all of these different, I guess, scams or promises all to my face, and a lot of them I was gullible.
Yeah. Did you
Um,
do BitConnect? Were you a
uh,
BitConnect guy?
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
was,
I
and
I I missed it somehow, but I don't know how I missed it. I was in like 75 projects at one point. I think like I
yeah,
would I would have done it too probably. It was just I was buying anything that was, dude. I would just buy like Potcoin and just like random fucking things. You
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. That was a euphoric time. Uh, you know, I think I lost 50 something thousand in BitConnect.
Oh God,
Uh,
no.
oh yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, but you know, I got in it before Trevon. That was the
Mm-hmm.
only plus I had. And man, that was wild. The only
Man.
thing I am proud of, I'll tell my BitConnect story is because I was the only individual I know of that made a upside down pyramid. I put I made everybody make a count and then I put it above me. So my mom was number two, dad three,
Oh,
stepbrothers four, five, six, and they never once put in a dime. And once
yeah,
again, dude, it was the coolest Thanksgiving. I mean, everybody was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm getting 20 cents at, 10 a.m." Oh, it was hilarious. Um,
Yeah, I remember the time. Well, I
but
actually, go ahead.
but then I was going to say I've also lost money on legit projects.
Yeah,
Genesis Mining. I think I put in 13,000 in them, and then later just getting a couple emails and hey, your money isn't worth anything now.
wow, that's terrible.
You know, on
So,
both of those situations, I was in it long enough that I got my principal back out, but I never,
no, you're
the
lucky, man.
promise was broken at the end.
Yeah, man, you got lucky that you got your principal out. A lot of people
Correct.
didn't.
No,
I
they didn't.
I was involved in a couple of the exchange shutdowns. Cryptopia was the one that's popping in my mind right now.
Same
And
here.
yeah, dude, that was fucking brutal. I love that exchange.
Yep.
Actually, when I started transferring, when I really started like getting into altcoins and stuff like that, from when I was going away from trading, or I was still trading, but I was just buying every fucking little altcoin that I could find, and Cryptopia was great, man. I loved it. I would
It
buy
was.
Litecoin. I'd buy Litecoin on Coinbase, send it over to Cryptopia, and be there in like a couple minutes for like no fees at all, and transferred into Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever the trading pair was that I was using, and it was it was great until it wasn't, and that's another reason why the Hex contract is so appealing to me. Like I don't have to mess with that. I pretty much don't trade at all anymore. Every once in a while, I'll long or short something, but it's very rare that I do that anymore. And it's so nice to see just lock things up and just know when it's coming out.
Yeah. I stopped trading completely after I lost $1,000. I mean, I was probably on an ego high that month, but
Yeah.
no, I got depression after that. I
Oh
did.
yeah.
I took $1,000 loss so serious. A lot of people around me are like, dude, it's just $1,000. But I was like, dude, you have no idea. It's
Yeah.
like I've watched Ira Epstein on YouTube for years on how to trade commodities, and I've watched these other guys. No, I don't have no edge.
No, it something changed. The bots, the amount of bots out there changed, and you're trying to compete with a computer, and you don't have the edge like you used to have,
Correct.
a couple years
Yeah.
ago. And so it's not really even the same thing anymore as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree. Something
It's pretty,
happened.
yeah, yeah. I think the bots and the exchanges got smarter. They have you heard about the whole bit? Did you ever use BitMix back in the day? Were you ever leverage trading?
I was one of those U.S. citizens. I couldn't get in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never was tech savvy, so I didn't know what a VPN was, or I never.
Do you use a VPN now?
I bought one for
Do you?
like a 3 year subscription and did the whole deal, but after losing that 1,000, I'll never do it again.
Oh, well, no, but you should still use a VPN regardless, even if you're not just trading. Even if you're not trying to, you
Yeah,
know, trick a website, you should still use a VPN for privacy, just in general.
true.
Yeah, I'm a so I have a trade as well. I'm a low voltage technician, um, by trade. So pretty much anything security, fire alarm, card access, cameras. That's kind of the industry that I'm in right now. And
Nice.
yeah, yeah. So it's a lot of fun. The industry's changing a lot. Everything's gone to IP based things, which kind of has given me an edge. Um, the older guys, they not all of them grasped all that yet. So gives me a little bit of an edge in the industry. But yeah, that's kind of my background. So blue collar as well. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm not some some crazy stock dude or whatever. Just a regular Joe.
Right. Yeah, I've kind of been jack of all trades. I've done it all.
Yeah,
Carpet cleaning to painting houses, painting apartment complexes, anything.
yeah, yeah. So
And then
like I
always
said,
fell back on collision.
yeah. Is it just because you love cars? Is that why you do that?
No, it's just because the money.
Yeah. So
Um,
what's your passion? What would you do if you could do anything?
I think I would really enjoy having a houseboat or something like that and just fish and jump off the top of that thing. I think I would be satisfied.
So you want to retire? You don't even care what you do to get there. You just want to retire.
Yeah, for the most part, I would think I would enjoy my life more just helping people. If I'm just walking along and blah blah blah, I would just like to jump in and help.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've noticed those feelings like, hey, if somebody's down and out and they need $20, if that changed their day, I wanted to be that guy to give it to them. and
Yeah.
it made me feel good for 3 or 4 days, and I'd have to do it again.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I love helping people. That's one of my love languages. I guess is what's it called? Is it gifts? Do you know?
Yeah,
Have you read that book or heard of that book, the seven love languages, whatever it is?
no, I haven't.
So it's pretty cool. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like the 5 or 7 love languages, and it's like helps you identify what you're, how you give love and how you want to receive love. And I think it's pretty important for people to kind of know. That way they can in their relationships kind of know what they're actually looking for and why they do what they do.
Yeah, yeah. Any type of awareness is going to help,
Yeah,
uh, especially when you receive that information, what kind of mood you're in.
yeah,
I
exactly.
know if
Like,
I'm frustrated, sometimes I damn near go blind. I can't see a tool right in front of my face.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Is it like an angry or just like a
Yeah,
what
I
is it?
guess outside of the comfort, I've always had a thing with my routine being busted.
Hmm.
I come in with a game plan, I know what I'm going to do, and if something changes that, yeah, yeah, a little tantrum comes out.
Hey man, it's important to know. It's important to know yourself, and I think
Yeah,
kind of going back to the psilocybin thing, that that helped me understand myself a lot and kind of understand what's important and what's not important in this world. It's like I used to get really upset about small things, and I had a couple experiences with psychedelics, and now it takes a lot to upset me.
yeah,
And it's actually a problem in relationships because the women that I've been with, whatever reason, they want to get me excited and then they want to see me react. And I just, I know I'm still young, but I feel like I've seen a lot, and it takes a lot to get me really excited either way. It takes a lot to move my emotions, either really happy or really sad. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it's kind of just where I am.
right on. Yeah, just getting through.
Yeah, so that's the name of the game, right?
That's right. Yeah, learn what we can, and if there's any way to pass on the knowledge, do it. They're
Well,
gonna
that's
have
what.
it worse than us.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what we're doing right now. I mean, you and I just talking. I think I just feel like there's so many things that people need to know in today's world, and now we have these platforms, like these social media platforms, that are so powerful, and you can reach so many people. Like I would have killed to have had a platform that I could have gone to when I was 18 and listen to some older guys or older girls or whatever, and kind of hear their experience and what they went through. Because I grew up pretty sheltered, actually. Like I grew up super super religious, and wasn't allowed to do a lot of things because of the religion, and it was pretty sheltered. So now it's like I'm trying to experience all the world has to offer now, and I wish I had something like what you and I are doing. Just be able to listen to another, somebody else's conversation that was just trying to be honest. You know,
Yeah, yeah, a little bit of real
and
life.
yeah, just open and raw. You know.
Yeah, yeah, now that you said that, I had a light bulb go off in my head. If there was somebody back in 2001, you know, hey man, do you really want to work on cars? I know it's real easy and you don't have to be smart at all, but you probably should go to college. You don't want to work this hard to make this amount of money, I guess
Yeah,
is really what it is. I mean, there's so many different jobs out there. Um,
yeah. I kind of had similar experience. My parents, they discouraged me from going to college. They didn't go to college, and I really wanted to go to college, and I did. I went for 2 years, and until I got kicked out for weed. um, but I did go for 2 years, and I loved every bit of it. I've actually tried to get back into school several times, but my life just keeps, for whatever reason, that just hasn't been in the books. I was enrolled into Denver Tech before I moved here, and again something came up, and I couldn't get in. So it's like, it's just not the path for everybody. And you said work is hard, but I think you got to work just as hard even in the white collar realm if you actually want to move up. I've got a couple friends that I know that they went to college, and I make way more than them. They're
Yeah.
stuck at a desk job, stuck in a cubicle, just can't get anywhere in the company, and it's like, I don't know about you, but fuck that. Like
Fuck that.
I would rather be working on cars. I'd be rather working on computers. Like right now, I'm working in grow ops and dispensaries. It's like I love that shit, man. I grew up. I have got grandparents that are Black Angus farmers in Virginia,
Nice.
and so I grew up going up to the farm, every summer, and helping in the garden and helping with the cattle and everything like that. So farming is like what I love to do, and then technology is, I don't know. I've always been kind of technically inclined, so
And that's how you're going to
those,
get there.
yeah, man, those two things together, and like that's why I was asking you if you really like cars, because I'm pretty. I feel like what helps at least me is being in an industry that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
It's like whether like I really like cannabis, so being in the cannabis industry is, even though what I'm not growing the plants, but I'm protecting the plants. I'm like securing the buildings and doing all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I still kind of feel a part of the whole picture.
Yeah.
Well, was there anything else that you want to talk about tonight?
No, ain't got nothing else. Yeah. Kind of drawing a
You-
blank being the first interview.
Yeah, well, cool, man. It's been great having you on the show. I mean, you're technically, well, I guess we'll call Litecoin Moses the first, but I was a guest on his channel, but you're the first guest on the Richie Rich World channel. So I'm super super excited that you came on here, and it was super super cool talking to you, man. You lived an interesting life, and glad that our paths crossed.
Yeah, man. Let's keep tearing down these walls.
Yeah, man, let's do it. Good luck to you, and we'll talk soon, man. Where can people find you again? On
Uh,
Twitter?
yeah, Twitter. I'm on Facebook, but I usually only get on there to marketplace.
Yeah, cool, man. All right, Nardo. Well, pleasure talking to you, sir, and hope you have a great rest of your week.
All right, be easy.
All right, man. Later.